Hello, everyone, and welcome back. We're back again. Storm here.
Mom here.
Kimmy here.
We're excited for What If. I believe this is the finale. What do you guys think is going to happen in this episode?
Are we going to see the Avengers?
I don't know.
Well, the Watcher's going to need all hands on deck to
That's
defeat
for sure.
Ultron.
And he went up to
If they
Doctor
can even do
Strange, the
That's
Supreme.
That's right.
And I'm kind of wondering who else he's going to go to. Last time I assumed he's probably going to go to the other heroes that we saw that had their own episodes. So maybe Thor, because in the thumbnail right now I do see Thor. I mean, I think it's him. It looks like lightning coming out or something.
Yes.
It's small right now. And maybe even Carter, maybe Star-Lord. That would be so cool if
Oh,
they brought
yeah.
all of
Maybe
them.
it would be,
That would be good.
everyone we had seen
that'd
in
be
the
good.
highlights from every episode. Yeah.
It's just a guess,
right.
but I'm kind of thinking that's where it's going. Maybe not. Maybe it's just Doctor Strange because he is so powerful. He destroyed his own reality. Like, that's freaking huge. And it's also sad because he's by himself now, so now it gives him more purpose. Although the Watcher's probably not seeing it like that because he couldn't do anything before because he can't break his own rule of
Right. He broke the oath.
interfering, you know.
That's
So
right.
but now he has to. Like, how dangerous is this? And another thing too, with Ultron and Vision's body, now
Yeah.
he killed Thanos so easily.
Yeah,
I
that's right,
mean,
yeah.
I know it wasn't Vision, but Vision, he's so powerful, but it shows like he's definitely more gentle, he's more logical, you know, than
that's right.
Ultron. They're very different beings. So he could have probably just taken out Thanos if he wanted to. I mean, he just did one beam from his head
That's right.
with
Split
the
him in
Infinity
two.
Stone,
Like that.
Mind Stone,
Give me
and
those
killed him
stones.
no problem. So
That's right.
I heard that online. A lot of fans were commenting saying that how quickly Ultron just killed him. They didn't even have a discussion or anything. And if only Vision thought of that, to just ruthlessly kill him, like just split him in half. Go for the head. I'll go for the
Right.
whole body. All
Yeah.
down.
Oh, yeah.
But it's so dangerous now that the Watcher's that scared because he broke through
That's
his
right.
own reality and is going to endanger all realities.
That's right.
Tremendously.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is bad.
Definitely.
You know, and thinking of the Watcher, we always see him so big. So now that Ultron going into his own area and being almost the same scale, like that was scary too. I'm like, wow, I just kept thinking all these people were going to be like itty bitty compared to the Watcher, but no, like it all just depends, I guess, on
Right.
stuff we don't understand. But
When he was just so far away, it was just so massive, you know, just watching everything, you know,
Yeah,
just so
that's
massive.
right.
But now he's, yeah, you're right.
and
Scary.
reliving last episode, we had Ultron eat a freaking galaxy too, right? Like his whole head was like, remember,
That's
and he
right.
just
Yeah, my
bit
gosh.
into it. So
Yeah.
I guess once you're outside any timelines and where the Watcher is, depending on how you like go through the glass or the crystals that we saw, like you can change your scale to anything maybe.
wow.
Because for Ultron to be able to
That's
do that
scary.
too, and he's not a god. I mean, he has all the Infinity Stones, but
Right.
what are the limits,
wow.
guys? But pretty dangerous. Love the freaking animation. Everything about this series
That's
so
good.
far is so great. The acting's wonderful. I love Jeffrey Wright and everyone else, and especially
That's
everyone we know from the MCU that could
Oh,
join
yeah.
in and voice act their own character. Like, that's cool. Like, Chris Hemsworth
Oh,
was
yeah.
fun. Like, you can tell that was him. And
Yeah,
that's
Party
right.
Thor, I love calling him that. So, shall we get into it,
That was
ladies?
fun.
Yes, let's do it.
Yes.
Let's do it. What if the Watcher broke his oath? Guess we'll find out. It starts with Doctor Strange.
They were about to send up their last payload when pirates took the ship.
Ah,
How many pirates?
20 or so charmers, led by this one, Batrock. Before French special forces showed him the door.
You know, Bernard in accounting was asking about you.
Nothing good has ever followed the phrase Bernard in accounting.
What if his name was Steve?
aw, don't do that.
I'm a pretty good dancer, too.
Captain
Whoa.
Carter,
Oh,
the
wow.
soldier lost in time. You have been chosen.
Now's not the time.
Oh, no.
I got it. Yeah. Hang back with the giant baby man cape dude.
Baby man cave.
The Ravagers and lost prince of Wakanda. Gamora, survivor of Sakaar and destroyer of Thanos.
And the one who's about to kick your moon-shaped ugly mug?
Not you, Stark.
Sorry, Stark.
You have been chosen.
Huh.
Wow.
I was gonna light candles and I was gonna shower and do my hair.
Thor Odinson, crown prince of Asgard.
Just to grab him.
Has been chosen.
Yeah.
For the refill.
It's you again.
Come on, get a new trick, man.
Get a
You
new
have been
trick.
Chosen. This mission requires a team, the perfect combination of skills and experience that alone will triumph. You are the guardians of the multiverse.
How are we going? Enjoying
Oh my god!
Whoa.
We're in.
6 stones of near unfathomable power, each controlling an essential aspect of our existence. And Ultron holds all of them.
Is there a universe of Chinese food that has alternate dimension delivery? Tummy's getting rumbly.
Wait.
Gonna eat first. Got it.
How would you even go about destroying the... Oh, you're answering my question. Sorry, thank you.
The Infinity Crusher.
Slow down a little bit. There's a few people in the room that don't understand. Not me, I get it, but for them, maybe repeat it.
You're ready.
Ooh. That might be a problem.
Steve Rogers received the serum.
Now that would be a sight to see.
For tomorrow, we fight!
In that spirit, I propose a toast.
Oh, to me.
Nice.
Wait, that's
Can I
fine.
have one?
A wise sorcerer.
To the guardians of
The
the
multiverse.
multiverse.
They might make a movie out of this.
Whoa. Gee.
To catch on that fast too, like how much has he destroyed?
I know how to deal with this party pooper.
Wait, thought the plan.
I know, he's gonna be the first to go.
Oh my god.
Las Vegas.
Oh my god, look at.
Oh no. Too easy.
All too easy.
Yep. Whoa! Cool.
Get off.
No.
Never doubt sticky fingers.
Go, go!
Just dumping demons on him. Oh my god, that's not everything he ate.
That was unexpected.
Ooh, zombie Wanda. Ah.
You ready?
The stone.
Oh, it's another Black Widow.
We're here to stop Ultron. I can prove it. Your father is Ivan, your Dar's Alexei, and you're the one woman I trust to have my 6.
I believe that you have something that belongs to me.
Not like right away. Okay.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Give him all you've got! Don't give him a chance to think!
Nice.
Giving him everything.
Nice. Another one? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Time. No.
Oh no.
Too much. What? Grind them all.
Keep going.
I
Don't
know.
fail.
Last moment.
Come on, and so it's gotta go slow.
The Crusher was designed to destroy the stones on my world, not his.
Oh, come on. No.
Oh, come on.
Protect Doctor Strange. No.
Come on.
Oh, she lost her shield. Ooh, yeah. Get it, download him. Or upload him. No.
Man.
Oh,
Good aim. Good aim.
She's amazing.
This one's for you, Clint.
no, good.
Right in the eye. Yes. Ew, but
Yes.
perfect. Hopefully.
No, don't pull it up.
Oh, this is fun. I'd like to make this a permanent condition.
This body is occupied.
For now, but not for long. My objective is to end you.
But can he take over now?
Yeah, can you imagine?
But is the threat over?
Killmonger's taking him.
Come on, no.
I'm sorry it has to end this way.
See, right away, he just goes after
Boy,
them.
yeah, right away.
Is that Arnhem Zola? Hydra never died. It just mutated.
That explains the stomach face.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you. Aw.
If that pocket dimension cracks, if they escape.
I'll watch. What are friends for?
Huh.
Once you walk through that door, you will return to the exact moment you left.
Let's get ready to fight. Carter was right in the middle of something.
You'd rather return to another time.
Haven't I earned my happy ending?
Aw.
Trust me.
Friendships can transcend lifetimes.
I cannot
Interfere? Yeah, I know. We're just stories to you. We're not real. You watch us fight. I'm not walking through that door.
Well, the door was more of a metaphor anyway.
Where are we?
On a world that lost their widow.
Nice. Sorry, Loki.
Every story is my home, and I will protect it to the end.
I watch out for Cheng. There's a lot of Kangs out there that aren't good.
Yes.
That was very action-packed and exciting.
Oh,
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah,
I always love the backgrounds. They're so pretty.
they are pretty.
Woo! That could have been a movie. I mean, all the action in this,
Oh
and
my
Yeah, it
gosh,
really
there was
could
a
have
lot of
been.
action. Definitely.
I mean, they did a good job for compressing it into a half hour, but I could definitely see the build-up in this, and
A lot
I wish they
going
could
on.
have developed a lot more with all these different and cutscene, all these different heroes working together.
Too fast.
Yeah, I know she was thrown right back into this.
Don't
Oh,
tell me he was your type. They found what the pirates were after,
it's
The
the same.
Hydra Stomper?
and there's someone inside.
Aw, alive. That's nice.
Look at her eyes.
How'd they do that? The Watcher held.
There must be a second season to this, I'm sure.
I have a feeling, yeah.
I hope
Oh,
so. That'll be great. I would love that. This was really good.
Oh, wow.
I love the action in this, and like I started to say, I could definitely see this as a movie, and for the time that they had, I think they did a very good job. Because
Yeah, they
That's like
they
that.
really told a full story.
yeah, and it was cool too
Right.
because I wanted to see them train all these different heroes from different universes together and just like learn each other and stuff, because I was so curious about all of them interacting. But even with T'Challa and Killmonger, how their stories are so different in this. I mean, I keep thinking T'Challa's Star-Lord in this. Like, he wasn't even raised, unfortunately, on Wakanda. He was very young when he was taken by Yondu.
Right.
So he is known to explore the galaxy. He's a Ravager. He didn't have that lifestyle. So he doesn't know about his cousin doing all these bad things and murdering him in his own universe, you know? Like,
right, and it's hard to separate that because we're so used to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So we keep hearing things, like a lot of quick quotes where people would like say something about their past, like they've known each other for a little while at least. So it seems like they were already together for a while training or something, because even when they brought up, oh, Carter, don't you want to, like Killmonger was asking, do you want to see your loved one again? Like, how would he know that? They won't just be like, hey, this is me and this is what I went through. I mean, a lot of them have tragic past, so they're not just going to openly say XYZ, this is what happened. So they had to spend a lot of time together already to know more about each other.
Yeah.
Right.
So I felt that in this for how compressed it was. So I thought that was kind of neat. And Killmonger freaking betraying everyone at the end. I thought it was so cool with him fighting with them. And I was giving him credit because I'm like, wow, well, even with all the crap that he's already done and he's all about power, like, he is willing to risk his life to fight for all universes with this team. So I was very impressed. But it shows how he never changes because he wants power in the end. And oh, well, there's this ultimate power that could take over everything, and this godly like guy needs our help. Oh, okay, well, opportunity strikes and he freaking takes the stones right when he can.
All the stones, yeah.
I mean, my guard was down. I'd probably die because I'm naive. I'm like Party Thor who just trusts everyone.
Party Thor was funny. Yeah.
I know, and of all people, like, I love Thor. And our Thor, I know he went through so freaking much. He lost his whole kingdom, his people. I mean, I'm glad some survived to live on Earth. He lost his brother, his father, his mother. He lost everybody. And Jane, they broke up. Thank God she's alive, though. That wasn't as traumatic. But now they might get together, who knows, or at least in other universes it worked out. But anyways, like, he gained weight and was very depressed and an alcoholic in our universe. But he was so super strong. Like in Ragnarok, he really upgraded and learned that his powers are within himself, not his hammer. Like, the hammer actually controlled and honed in to focus his powers more. So this Party Thor isn't quite there yet, and he wasn't as disciplined. Like, yes, he fought, but I was kind of like, ooh, because he was too immature still. Like, I was going on a date, and I mean, he's so funny, but I'm like, ooh, you're choosing this guy? Like, this is the ultimate Thor that you want to help fight? But
the chosen one.
Yeah, he did a good job. I mean,
I think the Watcher really chose. It was great how he chose Gamora over Tony
in that universe. She was pretty epic too, and she was the killer of Thanos, so that was pretty epic to know that. And she survived, of course. She killed him, and her armor was neat. I mean, she kind of reminded me of like an Asgardian or something, so I want to know more about her story. Maybe next season, if there is one. That would be kind of fun to see. I mean, she didn't have much to say. We don't know much about her. So I'm curious, like, what her personality is like. She seems very heroic and serious, which she always was kind of serious anyways.
Serious, yeah.
But
I think they could have stretched a little bit more with her in this episode, but they only have so much time.
And there was a lot to cover, so
I
mean, I feel like they could have stretched this out a lot because there was just so many cool scenes. And I mean, I still felt the gravity of everything, of how bad, like literally, but how bad the situation was. And even with Ultron saying, oh, the Infinity Stones are very different or a little different, and then that can expand depending on how far away you go from the main timeline, I guess, and making them special in their own way. And I'm like, oh, come on, this can add a whole new movie even just to that,
Right.
So much.
So just a season on just the stones,
I know, because everything is slightly different. I mean, look how extreme our heroes are in this one, and we've seen jokingly again going to Loki with the alligator Loki. Like, things can get so out there, like so off track that you could just be a completely different species too. I mean, he was even a frost giant in one, but that makes more sense because that's what his original form was or whatever. But it makes you think that like anything is possible, and to think even down to these objects, that can be very different. But I am happy that Zola at the end was able to take him out. That was cool. And I'm like, he's going to totally take him over and try to be the next powerful being. Like, he was all about Hydra.
Yeah,
so I'm glad that didn't work out.
Killmonger, he was very persuasive, and he's just telling all the other Guardians of the Multiverse, oh, you can do this, you can do, he's just playing a game.
He's so good at it, and that's so dangerous because the way he talks, he's such a smooth talker, and it's very convincing. He makes it personal, and he's like, don't you want to protect the ones you love? Like, don't you want to see your man again? And, just talking to them, don't you want to protect your world? He just knows what to say. They don't believe it right away. They're not that gullible, but it is very believable, and he's very confident, and he just sounds like a strong leader. So it's just so freaking dangerous. And even the Wakanda in his world, his universe, like, they're so freaking intelligent. Like, they are wise, but he's such a good speaker that they believe him too, because even the mother and the father, they were both... Yeah, because, Shuri was asking questions and challenging it, so thank goodness for that. But, her parents were very like, oh, yeah, no, you're right, and because they don't know anything about him. And T'Chaka was just like, well, he's family, so that's it. We just trust him kind of thing. So it's just amazing at how good he is, and in a bad way. I'm like, oh, my God.
Right,
so
and it was great how Doctor Strange just put it all together in the sphere. Now he's the Watcher.
As depressing as
sphere.
Yeah, as depressing as his story was, he was epic. He is the ultimate supreme sorcerer.
Right.
Definitely.
Insane.
That protection all over everybody.
That was
so
good.
They don't even die.
Yeah.
That was excellent.
The roles were great. Like, I like how Carter was still the leader, like Rogers was, and I think that's amazing. Like, them together, and that they would never overpower each other. Like, they would be the supreme, like, power couple or leader couple. Like, they'd work so well together. But I like how she was also a born leader, and then we have Doctor Strange, who is also super smart, but it doesn't mean that you have to be the leader, and he's so strong too, and he was the power of the group, so that was awesome to see. To have that much power.
Very well together.
Watcher
picked the perfect team for this.
Even is dramatically different too, and they just
I loved. My favorite part was when everyone was attacking Ultron, and it looked like he was going to be defeated when they're just aiming at his head and just going at him all angles.
They got his eye too.
It was so satisfying.
Yeah, at the end they got him right in the eye, and
that
that was really good. But yeah, I like that whole scene too, where Carter's like, you have to keep him busy, don't even let him think, and she just keeps hitting him and hitting him. And even though she's a very different person, I kept thinking of Steve Rogers, because he was like that too. Like, he would just like tell them what to do, and he was always like getting up and just fighting to the last moment, and he just kept working at it, and so she kept doing things like that as well. So that was neat. And I do like the scene, like, I want to see the action, but I do like the cut where we just see the Mind Stone up close, and we know who's close to it. Like, we hear the voices, and we see their armor, and even with Ultron's feet, like, we know it's him, and him picking up the stone, like, I gasped, like, I'm like, oh no, we did grab it for a second, and I felt how dire it was there. I was like, oh God, who's going to take it? So that was cool too. It was just really incredible in how they did that.
It was. I loved this episode. It was great.
It was good, yes.
So do you have a favorite hero of our new team here, of the multiverse?
Captain Carter. I love her. Yes, very good.
I like Captain Carter. She was phenomenal.
Awesome.
Okay, so I really like T'Challa. Just his character as Star-Lord, I really get excited about that. But I want to say Doctor Strange was probably my favorite one in this one.
Yeah, definitely.
I have a soft spot for Thor. I don't think he was the best choice for this group, Party Thor, but I love him and how much of a child and innocent he almost is.
That was.
So, but I would say Doctor Strange, But I would love to see a series about T'Challa as Star-Lord. I almost said Peter Quill, but as Star-Lord, and just see where that goes. Because like we said before, in his episode, he did so good by everyone. Like, he even changed Thanos' mind. Like, what? And he was part of the team. He was a friend of theirs. Nebula had a better life. Like, the only thing that sucked was Peter Quill. Like, he was just, I mean, he wasn't, hopefully not tortured or anything, but he was kind of depressed at seeing working at a Dairy Queen. And then when we saw Ego go over there, we were kind of like, oh, well, now this universe is destroyed because he was going to destroy all planets or whatever, or unify them, or I forget, but he was going to destroy everything. So I'm like, well, that ends that whole universe. So just that one choice still, you know, even though things were better with T'Challa, it still ended up being bad. But he actually saved Peter Quill in this one, like at the last moment from Ego. Right, yes. So I was like, oh, well, maybe not. Maybe he is better than Peter Quill. Sorry, Peter, I love you so much. But like, it really makes you think, like, wow, he really did better than he did. Although I do love Peter.
Those are good points. That's true.
You know, so that was still like the perfect universe. You know, he just like fixed everything. And then even Peter fighting afterwards too, that one picture that was like slow motion, they weren't moving, but we saw like, you know, just a little bit of movement around them. And you just have Peter Quill, who has like no experience with his old gun, or from another universe, that same gun shooting with T'Challa.
With Pete on them.
Yeah, like they'll be training together or something. And so anyways, yeah, so they were all incredible characters. And this really just makes you think, because before this, I mean, the multiverse or different universes, I know DC does that too. I don't know if a lot of other comic book universes do that, but it really opens your mind. And I know when we first started this channel, I was telling you about, you know, like Batman, there's all the different types of Batman movies by different directors. You have different actors portraying them. It's a different idea. But even you guys hearing that was kind of confusing, because you're like, well, why would they do that? Why didn't they just have one movie and that's it? And I'm like, well, you know, people come up with new ideas, try to freshen it up or whatever. And, you know, I knew there was all kinds of different ways with Spider-Man. They had all kinds of cartoons in the 90s, you know, that I used to watch, and they were all very different. I mean, you have Gwen Stacy, you have Mary Jane, and they do exist in the same universe, but I think in some they didn't, and Peter went to Mary the first time, or Gwen the first time, and there's all these little subtle differences. And with having the multiverse, it really gives you all these open ideas that you don't have to fully commit to. Like, oh, that happened in this universe, but not this universe. So rewinding or just wrapping this up, they did a good job at explaining the multiverse to us, because we can all understand it pretty well. As confusing as it can get, they actually execute it in a way where it really does make sense. And it's fun.
That's really good too, yeah.
And it makes you think. And it gives you all kinds of theories. And anything is possible.
Oh boy, yes.
Yeah, so maybe we'll see the Watcher more too. Maybe we'll see him somewhere else.
Yeah, that would be great if he just had his own episode.
Yeah. So
of all the things he couldn't interfere with, he couldn't break the oath prior to this. Like what he really wanted, like when Natasha was saying, you could have changed things, you know, you put me somewhere else, but he can't. He's the Watcher. He can't interfere.
But then he did at the end.
He did at the end, but
so
he couldn't do it to everyone.
Yeah.
I mean,
and then at the end, Peggy Carter saw the Hydra Stomper, and someone's inside. So jokingly, I'm like, hopefully he's alive. But we have Steve Rogers, I'm assuming, in there. How'd that happen? How did they bring him to the future?
Right. How would that occur if that's even him? But it's got to be.
Yeah, I totally think it is him, but it just makes you wonder, did the Watcher do something there too to change that up? And so he is breaking his oath even more to reward them, which is a good thing. I like that, but it makes me wonder now, is that going to be it? Or is he constantly now going to find excuses to change things up now? Like he's not going to just remove himself.
Right.
Because
now
even
he got the itch of going in and interfering. Is he going to continue to do that?
Yeah, and actually being challenged head on. Like now he's really thinking about it, because even Natasha's saying like, are we nothing to you? Like you don't even care or something. And he was emotional there, and he was like, I really do care. Like he was kind of like taken back by that.
He did. All his stories, all the stories are his stories.
Yeah, so I think now those words alone are going to make him think, and I think it might be a new era of him actually interfering when he has to, and he's not going to just let things happen. I'm curious, so we'll see where that goes. That'll be fun to see. Yeah. So very good. I want to talk about it a lot because like there's so many things I'm like, okay, cover this, and it's really good. I really enjoyed this a lot, guys. Please let us know what you thought of this. And
I loved it.
Yeah, very
Gonna
good.
miss it. Hopefully, it's gonna be a second season.
I know, I really hope so. And there's good movies coming out too, which I can't wait for. And I'm not quite sure what's next. I have to look it up, but I think if you guys can let us know too, I think Hawkeye is next or something, and we will find out.
Oh, good.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of Hawkeye, I loved that scene with Natasha with the bike.
That was good. And using his bow and arrow.
Fantastic. Yes.
Yeah.
And you can see like the emotions in this too are just wonderful because you can see she was happy about that she was able to avenge him in a way by using his bow.
That's right.
To complete their task. And another thing I do want to mention is I love how it came down to that Ultron's Black Widow, their universe's original plan with her and Clint to come into fruition and to actually save all universes. It wasn't, I mean, all these other universes had to get together to help out, but in the end, it was her own universe that saved the day with their technology.
True.
So full circle, I am happy that worked out with the original Clint and Natasha to take out that Ultron from the same universe. So that was pretty cool. Love that.
That's right. Even if Clint couldn't be there, he was still there in spirit.
I know. That was so sad. I don't blame her for not wanting to go back. And like, how depressing. Like, you'd be suicidal at that point. Like, nothing's left. Everyone you know is dead and everything's in ruin. Like, you alone can't like bring back population or anything. Like, everything's gone. Every single planet with life is gone. Like, ugh. You know, is there even an Earth at that point? I don't think he destroyed Earth at that point. I think he left and destroyed everything else first, but that was just sad to hear. And I'm still curious too why. So we have Cheng, right? And we don't, I mean, I don't know if the Watcher really knows about him. I'm assuming he does. And he was able to make the TVA. So what is the TVA? Because everything's powerless there. Like, the Infinity Stones can't do anything. So I'm surprised that the Watcher doesn't have that knowledge to create whatever Cheng created to neutralize any Infinity Stones. Because why not just bring Ultron there? So that way he won't have the power of the Infinity Stones. Because they're just paperweights there. So that was one thing I was curious about. Let us know what you thought.
Right.
I'm curious. So anyways, very good show. Love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please check out our full reactions on our Patreon. We love you guys so much, and we'll see you very soon as always. Bye, guys.
Bye.